So back to school is no longer just about pencils and backpacks. And with me today is Yvonne from NIQ at our school and office session here in Chicago to talk about some back to school trends. So thanks for joining us. And to start off, who are the back to school shoppers?
Well, back to school shoppers is a wide range. I myself am one. I've got 3 kids. One's going off to college in the fall, and then we've got one starting high school tomorrow, and then a middle schooler next week. So you've got moms like me, and then you've got parents or households that will have younger kids, and like a little more than half of them are parents that are shopping for kids under 18.
Okay, so I'm a back to school shopper, kind of. I mean, I'm not going to school, I'm not shopping, I have no kids, but I do take advantage of back to school sales for my office.
Yeah.
So where do I fall within that?
You are the remaining 47-ish%. You're shopping for yourself. And then included in that pool of people would be people that are maybe shopping for other kids, nieces, nephews, grandkids, so on. Yes.
So those are the others.
Yes.
Okay, and how much are they spending? Because I know I spend a decent amount throughout the year, whether it's printer ink and pads and pens and electronics, things like that. What about these different groups?
What we're seeing is that at this time of year, for the back to school specifically, we're seeing spending by household range anywhere between $200 and $500 per household.
Okay, that's a decent amount.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it probably will vary depending on the number of kids. And then we're even seeing, a little bit of difference or variation by generation too.
Okay, is that for you? That range?
I'm the big spender.
Okay.
We're Gen X. Gen X is the bigger spenders of that group of spenders.
Okay, and where are you shopping, and where is the market shopping? How does that compare?
So Amazon is the leading retailer as far as school supplies and office supply shopping, followed very closely by Walmart. I myself am a Target shopper simply for convenience because it's closer to my house.
Okay, so for you, convenience is a major factor.
Big factor, yeah.
Okay.
Convenience and variety. A lot of households want kind of the one-stop shop, and that's what Target provides to me.
I'm very similar in that I will get a lot of stuff on Amazon or online. Convenience is not as much of a factor in certain things though, because I'm very particular about certain items that I use. For example, there's some particular pens that I use because I like the way they flow, and I think they're from Muji. It's a retailer that has a store in Manhattan, and I have these particular pads, which I get at that store. And the only reason why I get these pads is because they fit in my back pocket, that I take it around during sessions. So specifically, the only time I use this pad is for ECRM sessions, and it's in my back pocket all the time.
Yeah.
So in those cases, I will make the trip to go to one particular store to get these, but otherwise I'm online. So case by case basis.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that there are some people who have strong preferences in terms of the products that they use or what they feel comfortable with. I have a favorite pen that I use, and I will go out of my way to get that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, aside from, I'm a big pen and paper person, but I know that tech is increasingly making its way into back to school. Everything's gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Well, I would agree. I mean, I think my kids started having access to electronics in school at a very young age. So coming with that is going to be purchasing of accessories like headphones, earbuds that they have to use in school while they're on their electronics. And then as kids get older, like my son, we had to buy him a laptop. So, I think that the purchasing will evolve as the children in the household.
And then you have the accessories that come along with all of that.
Yeah.
Like things for the laptop or iPad cases, iPhone cases, mouse, all of that. And then also, when it comes to these different computers and tablets, AI is getting a lot more prevalent, like different applications.
Yeah, what we're seeing is that there actually are consumers that are choosing to purchase these electronic devices that don't have AI, but the majority of shoppers are fine with having the AI component within their device.
I think that's a little dangerous when it comes to young kids because they're relying too much on it to do things instead of relying on their brains. Older people's fine. They've already learned how to think. And this is just
Like
a personal thing. A personal thing. When they're learning how to think, don't give them something that's going to think for them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they set up guardrails for the younger ones.
Well, and you know what's funny is we just did a store tour yesterday. I was one of the hosts along with two of my colleagues. And speaking of tech gadgets, we went to an Office Depot and I ended up buying a set of wireless heads, not a wireless, but a wired headset for my laptop for when I do Zoom meetings and stuff like that, because I have an old one that's kind of fraying. And it was just talking about in-store. It was an in-store, it was an impulse purchase. I was walking by, I saw it, it was just what I wanted, it was very cheap, and I just ended up, I wasn't intending on buying it at all, but I ended up walking out with it.
Yeah, in-store is still a prevalent place for shoppers to do their back-to-school shopping. I think almost 60% of the purchases are still made in-store, which is, it's great. And I think that it talks to people, like I know my kids will want to feel, they'll want to choose the color and all that. So I think that a lot of that plays into the in-store shopping.
Yeah, and you still have that impulsivity.
Yes.
So even though you wouldn't necessarily think of school supplies as an impulse product, but within a set, they may see something, or like you said, a color, or a new color, or something that will jump out at them.
Absolutely. My 13-year-old needed to have like a pack of 36 mechanical pencils. So that was definitely an impulse shop. I don't know what we're going to do with 36 mechanical pencils.
Well, they'll last. They'll last. Well, so now getting away from the traditional back-to-school items, self-care is another back-to-school staple now.
Yes, it's like you said in the beginning, like it's no longer just about pencils and backpacks. Now we are seeing that as families are making their back-to-school supplies purchases, we're also throwing in a lot of like personal care items such as skincare, fragrances, and I mean I'm seeing it too with my son who's getting ready to go off to college.
What is he getting?
We haven't done that shopping yet. We need to go this week.
All right, well, hopefully his skincare and hair care regimen is not too detailed.
No, not for him, definitely not.
All right. So, very cool. Any takeaways that you have for the buyers and brands that might be watching this?
Yeah, I think I would say that with back to school shopping, the purchases, who is purchasing, all of that is going to evolve as the households or the age of the households continue to grow. So that'll be exciting to see.
And you're seeing that evolution right now. You're buying for 3 different age ranges at the same time.
Exactly. Going off to college is a whole new ball game.
Oh yeah, and then eventually they'll all be. Well, here's another thing. You mentioned college. That college, you also have dorm room stuff.
Yes.
So you're getting not just the personal care regimen, but now you're getting into all these general, mini refrigerators and storage things and all sorts of things that come with that.
That's a good point. So maybe Target isn't my big retailer, and maybe I've spent more on Amazon than I realized. But yes, our living room is filled with stuff that will go into the dorm. So yeah, all the portable drawers, all the organization methods, everything, extra chargers for phones, lamps and whatnot. So I can see, that why Amazon is a big retailer for this space. If we are including all the, other products that go with back to school.
And like you said, in your takeaway, that you're a perfect example of how it evolves.
Yes.
As the consumer's life changes, things are going to change in what they need for back to school. So awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe.